Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports, coach and trailer sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. The beautiful sunset. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here the Iron Man. I was looking at this earlier, actually taking all the pictures, and I said, man, these Pete's, gosh, they just look tough. And this is a brand new 2025 Renegade on the Peterbilt 589, which you're probably familiar with. Let me raise my camera up. Lauren will get on to me. There we go. You're probably familiar with the Peterbilt 589. So it actually replaced the 389, which I know we were all sad about. Everyone was oohing and on and bummed out. And anyways, this is the 589. We've had a few of these come in. We've actually sold, I think this is our third or fourth one to get in. But prior to this one, all of them were pre-sold, and it seemed like we got right up to the last day when they were being picked up, and we were tricking out the front ends and did a lot of custom work to them and stuff, and then boom, didn't get any pictures or video. So this one here is our first 589 to shoot the video on, and I cannot wait to show you. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. We would love to have you for part of our journey. We buy and sell really cool motor coaches, trailers, trucks, you name it, sometimes super random stuff. But anyways, coaches and trailers are our main focus, we'll put it that way. All right, 2025 Renegade. This is the Classic Series 45 CMR. So it's a 4-slide bath and a half. Comfortably sleeps up to 8. So, and that would be 2 above the cab, which is a huge bunk above the cab, 2 on the sofa that pulls out to a bed, 2 in the dinette, 2 back in the master. So sleeps up to 8 people. Again, bath and a half, master bath back in the very rear with a half bath in the middle. So the 589 has a very similar grille to the 389. The headlights are the same. I'm going to say the grille on the 589 is a little different, how it kind of flares out. The cab, is kind of more tapered from the nose all the way back, where the 389 was more just kind of like more of a narrow nose and just kind of pointy looking a little bit, right? The 389 had the split window where the 589 has the bigger windshield in it. We would get some people occasionally that would complain about the room in a 389. I fly a lot. My brother's a pilot, and, getting in a 389 always reminded me of like getting into an airplane cockpit. So the 589, well, that's now fixed. It is a super, super roomy cab. You've got your 120 gallons of fuel underneath the driver's door, so single fill there, and the def tank's actually one compartment back. This one has an Audi colored paint job. Actually, it's called Daytona Gray Pearl is the color of this. I actually seen this on an Audi vehicle, and then I saw we actually done some service work to another fairly new Renegade recently, and it had the same color, and I was like, man, that is sharp. So it's like a dark charcoal. It almost looks black, when the sun completely sets, but I don't know if you can see it. It's got quite a bit of pearl in it. Daytona Gray Pearl. It's an Audi car color. Again, quad slide, 2 slide outs on the driver's side, 2 slide outs on the passenger side. And when they do the full body paint, they paint the awning, like the slide topper awning cases. You've got the Girard, awning on that runs along the roof there. It's not an awning, but it's like a fake awning that runs along the driver's side to make it the roof line look symmetrical. They paint that. This has the 40,000-pound hitch. You can see the standard 7-way plug for your trailers already on here. It is wired for Voyager cameras, so if you got the Voyager camera on the back of your trailer, kudos. There you go. And if you don't have, I can hook you up with the right people to get you the stuff to install that on your trailer. 40,000-pound towing capacity. So 40,000 pound if you're using a pintle hitch. I think the 2 5/16 ball is rated for up to 32,000 and up to 6,000 pounds of direct tongue weight. It is already plumbed with the glad hand fitting, so you've got you got your red and your blue. That's already there. Hitch cam is already installed. It's got your backup camera up there. You can see that little metal bracket too. See that little bracket to the left of the light? That is actually for the generator. So it has one of the Genturi generator exhaust extensions. A lot of, if you're running your generator in a campground, they're requiring that. I know a lot of the drag racing guys say that's kind of a must-have now at the drag racing events too. So that is included. It's got the stainless Renegade mud flap that runs from left to right under the coach. So not only do you have the mud flaps up here behind the tires, but you have this one. I guess the more the merrier, right? If it keeps a rock or something from, peppering the front of your trailer, or a car that's following closely behind you, or, maybe a tow vehicle if you're towing your Jeep or your truck or whatever behind it, then that's just good extra protection. Over here on this side, lots of storage. You do have keyless entry, and we can set that code to whatever you want. It just needs to be a 5-digit code. And we can actually program a primary and a secondary code. So if you wanted to have, someone wanted their code to be one thing, you wanted yours to be another, I don't really know why you would want to do that. But if you did, well, I figured out we can do that. So what else am I missing? Outdoor entertainment. It's got the 600 series Aqua Hunt in it. By the way, I'm going to have to look back at the build sheet, but if memory serves me correctly, I think there was like $90,000 in added options to this coach. So loaded. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to have Lauren put a picture up on the screen of one of the cabs that we recently done. And this thing had custom front bumper, custom lighting on the bumper. It had a custom chrome visor with custom lighting on the visor. It had panels under the door. I'm going to throw one or two photos up and show you. And we do all that in-house. So if you're buying a coach from us and you want it tricked out from, just if you want to leave it stock, that's fine too. These trucks look great when they're stock. But if you want to take it to the whole next level, we can do it. We do everything right here in-house and got a lot of the stuff in stock. So, all right, hang around just a moment. I'm going to open up all the belly compartments. We're going to roll through those, going to pop the hood. This has the X15 605 horsepower. Oh, and one of the most important things that I haven't shared with you, when I ordered these chassis, I did a special order for 4 chassis. This is number 3. Number 4 is coming up soon. This is the third one, and all 4 of them were ordered with the 2,050 foot-pound of torque, 18-speed Endurant transmission. So, Renegade, normally, if it's a chassis that they supply, it's going to be the 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. I ordered these with the HD transmission, so 2,050 foot-pounds of torque, and that's stock. You can even do one of, the tuners or whatever and even get a little more out of them. So hang around. I'll be right back, and we'll continue on. Thank you so much for watching. All right, and we're back. Start with the right front storage compartment, 600 series Aqua Hunt. So back a couple years ago, you mainly seen the 450, but then Renegade started offering the 600D Aqua Hunt as an option. And back then you would see the 600 and mainly the Icon models. So it's an option now. Well, everyone, or I'm not going to say everyone, I do most of the ordering. Us here at Chase Motorsports, when we order a coach, it's loaded. Why leave something like that off? I think it's like a $200 or $2,500 upgrade. Just do it. With the cost of these things, why look back and not have the best of the best? At least that's my view on it. So far so good, right? It seems to work pretty well. All right, next compartment up is the Dometic pull-out cooler. So you can see this compartment. One cool thing is it's like a long base. So it's basically 2 compartments. Instead of having a wall in the middle, they leave the wall out. So very cool. Dometic compartment, dual zone. So you can actually set one side to chill your beverage of choice or beverages. The other side you can use as a deep freeze, or you can set them both on deep freeze zone, or you can do both on, you know, just the refrigerator style for your drinks and stuff. Okay, so dual zone Dometic, dual compartment. Next one up is storage. And again, if you wanted to remove the cooler, if you needed the length, I mean, you've got a huge compartment here. Okay. All right, moving on down here. This is another big storage bay. This one's got the 3/4 pass-through, which I apologize, I didn't unload everything. It's got the like the shades for the MCD brand shades for the windshield, keeps all the heat out if you're going to be somewhere for a lengthy period of time. Not a bad idea to put those in. That's the Gentry exhaust. So that's that exhaust extension that'll go on the back of the coach and route the generator exhaust up and over the roof line. This is actually a little ottoman, and I forgot to even get it out for the photos. It's still in the plastic bag, of course. The coach is brand new, so it's got an ottoman that matches all the furniture. You got your spare tile, so every new coach from Renegade comes with a case of spare tile. It's, you know, you may not need it today, but you drop something on the floor and crack a tile, you will be glad you have those. Slide locks are included. That's some stuff for the hitch up there, and then your central vac accessories are in that bag. Back here's another storage bay. You got your glad hand fittings, so that's what those are. This is another hitch that comes with it. Again, 40,000 pound towing capacity up to 6,000 pounds of direct tongue weight. Think about that. That's a lot. Back here on the left rear is your compartment where the shore power cord is at. So you got a shore power cord around a 30-foot cord. It is powered retract. So you stretch the cord out, spin the little black plastic plug out of there, pull it out 30 foot over to your shore power. When you want to reel it up, you just pull her up with that. Also comes with a 50 to 30 amp adapter. That's what that is. Automatic transfer switch. So the way that works is, like, let's say you're plugged into shore power and you're fixing to leave on your trip and you want to start the generator. Well, when you start the generator, this is going to always choose generator power because it kind of makes sense. I mean, it thinks, okay, they're fixing to leave, so let's switch over and get power from the generator and drop the power from the shore power cord. So automatic transfer switch, a great feature. Up here above that is a 50 amp auxiliary plug. Sometimes we call them like the buddy plug. If you have someone that their generator breaks down, they can plug into you. Or if you have a trailer and you want to, you know, from the tongue of your trailer, route a little cable up and through the bottom of the floor and then plug it in, you can power your trailer that way as well. 12.5 Onan diesel generator with a measly half hour on it. So 12.5 Onan diesel. Again, that's going to get diesel fuel from the main tank. So you have one fill spot. It's not like you have to worry, well, is the tank low for the generator? If you've got fuel to get to the event, the campground, the track, whatever, you've got fuel to run that. Okay, 120 gallons on board. Big tank up there. So 12.5 Onan. Up here's the wet bay. So this is going to be where you're going to put water in the coach at. Basically, you just stretch this hose out. This is a powered retractable hose, 25 foot. So you pull it out. To reel it back in, you just press the little button. You hook water to that. So hook that to your water spigot at your house or shop or campground. You want to raise it up for city water pressure. You want to go down to fill the tank. Okay, it's so simple. Again, hook this up to the water spigot and lower the green valve handle down to fill the tanks. You've got a 150 gallon fresh water tank under the bed. It's actually 275 gallon tanks, but I should have said 150 gallon capacity under the tank. Okay, so drop that down to fill it, raise it up for city pressure. You got your black tank dump, your gray tank dump, black tank flush, cable connection. This is cool. I like the little outlet down here, and the reason that's in there is we put a wet bay heater in. That's what's plugged into that. So if you are in a really cold climate, there is like a little auxiliary, like a little radiant heater down here to just make sure that the plumbing does not freeze. I do like the fact they started putting the little monitor so you can press the battery. You can look at your fresh water. This one's about 56% full. Gray is 3 and black is 3, it says. So whole house water filter there. So we will be putting a new cartridge in before this one leaves. It has a low point water drain. It has a spray away. Okay, so this is like this spiral blue hose with the air chuck style fitting on the end. You just plug that in there, turn your water pump on, and you have a pressurized hose. So if you're needing to wash a pair of muddy boots off, clean a bicycle off, give your dog a bath, you know, spray your husband, spray your wife, whatever. Well, there you have it. Low point drain. This is the tool that gets this, the canister off to put the filter in. This is a pressurized water spigot. Again, that reels the hose back up. And then this is the flow jet, okay? So it has a macerator pump. And how that would work, you would turn this on, pull the black tank if you're dumping. So black tank first, always. You'll do this one first, close it, and then, you know, clean the hose out with the gray. But anyways, turn the macerator pump on, pull the black handle. The macerator hose is right here. See the black valve? So you'll pull that white hose, kind of looks, it's a little bit bigger than a garden hose. You'll pull that out and put it down into the sewer dump. When you turn the black handle where it's parallel with the plumbing fitting, look out. It's coming out, okay? So the macerator pump, great idea, great invention. If it ever fails, however, you can take it off. So this little pump's here. You see the hose, you just take it off and you got your normal 3-inch standard sewer fitting like they've had on RVs for years. And cool thing is Renegade includes one of the 3-inch, we call them the stinky slinky. They include that here. So just open that up and there's one of the little basic hoses that goes with it there. 75-gallon black water capacity, 75-gallon gray water capacity. So as always with the Renegade, they go over and above with everything. Huge, huge, huge water capacities. 150 gallons of fresh, 75 gallons on the gray, 75 on the black. This has the Game Changer 3.0 batteries, and I'll have to freshen my memory, but I think 3 of these is like 900 and something amp hours. I think they're 270 a piece. So I'm thinking, let's see here, maybe it's 800 and something. Anyways, they are huge. And this has the dual inverters. See the 2 blue boxes there, the big ones? That's the dual inverters. And how those work is it takes this 12-volt battery power, it runs it through the inverter. Like right now, I'm running the middle roof air conditioner. And as you can see, I do not have the shore power connected and the generator is not running. And that middle roof air conditioner is actually ducted through the whole coach. So going down the road, you can put a little bit of cool air in the bedroom, a little bit in the middle of the coach, and a little bit up front just off of these. Now let me step it up another notch. Even cooler is the engine has a wire off the alternator, obviously over here to the engine starting batteries, the ones with the blue label. There's another cable that goes through this little isolator deal. It connects to these. So it's like its own little reproductive system. When the engine's running, it takes alternator power. It's charging the chassis batteries, okay? Those are the batteries for the chassis. Then another cable goes through the isolator and is also charging those. So, you know, going down the road between the solar, this has a huge solar panel system on the roof. Between the solar power and the alternator power, you're basically keeping these lithium batteries charged. You can run the middle roof air off one of the inverters. The other inverter is going to power up all, well, I won't say all, I'm going to say like 90% of the other outlets on the coach. All your TVs are going to work, your fridge is going to work, your microwave's going to work. Now, things like the 50-amp plug back there in the back or the electric induction cooktop inside the coach, those are not going to work. They draw too many amps for the inverter to push. But the fridge, the microwave, all, you know, the TVs, this has Starlink internet on it, another big option that we've started adding all of them. It's going to power all that, okay? You can see the solar charging controller back there. So I forget, I'm thinking it's got 1,000 watts of solar, which would be like 5 200-watt panels on the roof. So that is just electronics. Not a lot to need to know about that bay. You know, if you had an issue, we're going to help walk you through some stuff down here to reset. But basically your batteries, your house batteries, your inverters, and your solar charging controller are down there. Next one up, again, I mentioned is the chassis battery. So these are the batteries that are starting the engine. You do have an air chuck fitting. Cool thing is you can air a bicycle tire, a motorcycle tire, an ATV tire, an inner tube. If the engine up front there is idling, you have like 120 to 130 pounds of consistent air pressure there, okay? Couple little fuse panels down here. You can see the entry step fuse, the cord reel, the water hose reel, the aqua hot fuse, couple more. Down here you have like your brake controller fuse. It's got a trailer line charge. Looks like some baggage door. It's got power locking baggage doors. So fuses, if the hydraulic leveling ever quits, check that relay. That's a resettable relay, okay? All right, so a little bit of storage. Some people will throw like a box down there with some spare filters, like a spare air filter, spare fuel filter. Not a bad idea. If you ever get a bad batch of diesel fuel while you're out on the road, you can get a roadside guy to come help you, drain it off. But if he doesn't have new filters, then you're kind of stuck, and that's, as well as I do. When's that going to happen? By 3 in the morning. Everything's closed. So keep you a spare set of filters down there, and you may not ever need them, but if you do, you'll be glad you have them. Dev Tank's the next one up with a stainless cover. Again, Renegade, always above and beyond. 120 gallons of fuel here under the driver's door. We'll do the cab here in just a minute. I want to show you this massive X15 Cummins under the hood. Again, 605 horsepower with a 2,050 foot-pounds of torque. It's the 18-speed Eaton Endurant transmission. Some people hear 18-speed, and I get this call occasionally, and they'll go, oh man, 18-speed, how long does that take to get up to speed? Well, it actually skips gears, so it might start off in 2nd or 3rd, then it might go to 5th or 6th, it might jump to 10th. It doesn't go like 1st gear, 2nd gear, 3rd gear, 4th gear. It's not like that. So just to clear that up, I get that call occasionally. It's not that way. So dual steering boxes. I think this has either an 18 or 20,000 pound steer. 18,180 pound steer axle. Huge. Dual 20s back on the back. Dual steering boxes, hydraulic steering boxes up front. You can see the fuel water separator there. Let's look at that torque. Oh, yeah. What's that say? 2050 is what I'm seeing. Go over here and look at this side. Again, another hydraulic steering box. We are now a dealer also for PDI. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but Performance Diesel in Utah. We're going to start stocking like a stage 1 and stage 2 kit. We can also get a stage 3. We can do a compound turbo if you want. I'm gonna have Lauren throw a photo up of a truck that we did not do, but it was done by PDI, and we're going to start offering that stuff here on the trucks that we sell. So again, I like the one call does it all, right? From mild to wild, we got you covered. Bad Chad and his brother John were up here recently. You can see that, putting that mirror finish polish to them. Air ride driver and passenger seats, and they're heated and cooled too. Huge upgrade there. 624 miles on this one. It has the, let me just fire it up right quick. All right, yeah, 624 miles. It has the Peterbilt-like in-dash navigation, Bluetooth stereo, so your air controls here. That's your electric brake controller, the little knob there. Engine Jake brake. So the one thing about the X15, the engine brake is huge. So you put it in gear right here. You drop it down for engine brake. All the way up is off. You have your parking brake. If you're pulling a trailer with air ride brakes or air ride or air brakes, you'll push the red into supplier to the trailer. Again, you can see what those do. Kind of self-explanatory. It has the smart steering wheel. You can set the cruise without taking your hands off the wheel, adjust the radio, etc. So has the CB radio. I think that's Cobra brand up there. Nice one. Already wired in, ready to go. And then the backup camera. So you can see there you got hitch or truck cam, trailer or truck. So everything's ready to go. Automatic leveling system by Equalizer Systems. You can do the leveling from here. You can do the leveling from the panel over there on the screen when we walk in the coach here in a minute. I'll show you that. You can also download the app. So the Mirror app, if you download it, you can control everything on this coach from your phone. I know it works with an iPhone. That's what I use, and I think it works with Android as well. Again, the Peterbilt cabs, second to none. Very, very, very nice. There's the control for the air or heated seat. A little view of that. This has the factory Peterbilt curtain. So that's on a track. You can kind of see the little black track that runs around the headliner there. And then it has the shades. So it has the shades. You can see the Velcro where you can put those in if you're, like I said, in an event for an extended weekend. It's a good idea. Just helps keep more heat out of the cab. Factory Peterbilt rubber floor mats. Easy to take out and clean. All right, so we're going to do a quick walkthrough of the interior. Before I run the slides out, I want to show you what we call travel mode. I've finally gotten a habit of remembering to do this. So travel mode is when the slides are in. So what is this thing going to look like going down the road? By the way, if you're not a University of Kentucky Wildcat fan, we can change that. It doesn't have to stay blue, okay? We can do some, you know, Louisville Cardinal red or, you know, Tennessee Volunteer orange, or whatever you want. It's changeable with a click of a button. All right, here we go. So mid-entry coach, when you walk in, the kitchen's on your right as you head towards the cab, dinette and sofa to your left. Got probably a foot and a half, I'm going to say, between the kitchen and the dinette. The tightest point's going to be here, probably about 10 to 12 inches between the love seat and the sofa to get to the cab, okay? So you can see the cab there. I spin around. Again, 10 inches or so between the sofa and the love seat. A little over a foot right here. Opens up to about 3+ feet between the fridge and the entry steps. And then 2.5 to 3 feet between the cabinets. Nice storage with your washer and dryer here. And then you have the half bath, okay? So if you got up and pulled over, needed to use the restroom, you could easily access the half bath. Again, the lighting can be changed. Don't go freaking out on me there. Little medicine cabinet in here, toilet. It's one of the Sandy Marion macerator. Something else we do as an option upgrade is put the tile wainscoting around the toilet, okay? You know, we know the gentlemen are aiming all they can, but if they pee all over your wall, you will be glad that you have this tile wainscoting. It matches the floor and it's easy to clean. King size back here in the master. Again, you can access the bed. Now to get to the master bath, you would have to crawl across the bed. But all right, so that is travel mode. Thank you. If you've made it this far in the video, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for watching. ChaseCoach.com, by the way, for all the pictures. Easy 200+ photos of this coach that I just uploaded. And we will be doing another video on a white one that we'll have here in about a week. So stick around. I'll be right back. Ooh, that Kentucky sunset. That's right. All right, slides are out. Both of the big Girard awnings are out. You've probably heard me say this before. One thing I look at when a new coach arrives, there's a lot of things we can look at as far as the attention to detail, and the Renegade quality control, second to none. Those boys and gals really make a solid effort. See how the awnings, how close they are? They come out, they stop at the same place. They're nice, they're level. That's one of the first things I can always tell you if this thing was really checked over good. And needless to say, this one is on it. The Iron Man. Quad slide 2025 Renegade 45 CMR. Beautiful coach, inside and out. By the way, we upgraded. It's got the underglow lights under the slides. So see those? And there's lighting under the coach. I don't know if you can see the concrete kind of has a bluish tint. And you can change that to, like I said, red, orange, purple. We did the upgraded lighting back here. So normally you just have the lights down on the lower part. We did the ones going upright on each side and the one across the top, which the one across the top is just like a third brake light. Probably remember that on your old Chevrolet Silverado or your F-150, the third brake light. Again, lighting under all the slides. So see that under there, then over here as well. It also has the electric awning over the two windows in the main living area. So that's another upgrade. Tinted windows, have that done at the factory, so it's all ready to go. All right, let's go check out the inside. I am going to turn the headlights off because otherwise we will be listening to it give us a little, hey, your headlights are on the whole time. All right, here we go. Appreciate you watching. I really do. We sell a lot of units, I feel like, off the YouTube, and people sharing our channel and hitting the subscribe button. It really helps. Outdoor entertainment, I know I showed you that earlier, but sometimes it's kind of hard to see when the sun is still bright outside. It gets a kind of a bad glare, so I wanted to show you that. That's on Live Air TV too, so this does have a digital Winegard Live Air TV. Again, I think I mentioned, but it does have Starlink. Solid entry on the, it has like a, the tiled entry there, so very easy to keep clean. All right, quad slide. So what does that mean? It's a little snug going down the road in travel mode, but oh baby, when you open it up, when you're stopped, lots and lots and lots of room. I love the cabinet color. Pretty sure this is the burnished sable. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, with the, I think it's like the stone white or stone talk white backsplash, kind of a white countertop. Gorgeous interior in this one. So mid-entry, we'll start just right here. Okay, got a little pantry area, some slide out wood. You can see the quality, the dovetail, just even like everything's soft closed. The tracks, you got the little nylon pieces there to keep from scratching the doors. Down here is your two breaker panels. So one is the inverter panel, which is going to do, or the inverted panel. So like your middle roof air is going to be on there. Your TVs are going to be on there. Most of the outlets for the coach are going to be on their microwave. The other one is going to be the main panel, which is like your 50 amp auxiliary plug. It's going to have the dryer. So the dryer is not ran from the inverter. So the dryer would be on there. The cooktop would be on there. Just anything that's not off the inverter system. Really cool kitchen layout. So the big stainless sink, again, all solid surface countertops with the lighting. Let's change that. We've had the blue on there long enough. So you just go over here to the screen, you hit the light, you go to RGB setup. Let's just do red, okay? It'll kind of look pink in the video from what I remember. Let's see. Or maybe kind of orange. Yeah, well, it might look a little red. Kind of looks a little orange, but anyways, you can pick whatever color you want there. The cabinets, all very high quality, little dish place there. This is cool. So this is like a double stack silverware drawer. You can push this forward and access the bottom, okay? Another cabinet here with lots of storage, couple little slide out drawers and that. And one of my favorite parts of the coach is coming up. Are you ready? I know it's simple, but it has a pull-out trash can. And if you've ever RV'd, you will understand how handy it is to have that. So it's built in, you can take it out and clean it, but put your trash bag in it, boom, bang, done. True induction cooktop. Again, we have the true induction cookware sets in stock that match that. Samsung convection microwave oven. It's a big one too. Renegade, about a year or two ago, they started putting in this little travel latch, so you make sure they put that label there. There's no telling how many people have dang near ripped the door off of this thing that just didn't even read it, right? Pretty big microwave. I'm not sure the cubic, I think they measure that in cubic feet, I believe, but that's a big one. Convection too, so you can microwave, I always say nook a hot dog, or warm up a piece of pizza, or you could do it like oven style and convection bake and warm up the pizza that way, bake a cake, pan a lasagna, you name it. Big TV slides down in the cabinet, so there's actually a full-size window behind that, but you can raise that up and use that. This is like a little jackknife love seat, so that makes a bed, this makes a bed, this makes a bed. You got the bunk over the cab and a king size back there, so lots of sleeping. Up here in the cab, you do have one of the pleated shades, so it's like a pleated privacy shade. And then I showed you earlier, you got the little curtain that goes around the cab, so plenty of ways to block the heat, get privacy in the coach. Up here in the cab, pretty sure this is a queen size bunk. It's big and roomy too. Got the little place there for your phone, your drink, your watch. It's whatever you take to bed with you. You can control the lighting and everything. Look at that. Even has a little place with the USB and the USB-C, so the new USB style. This TV moves too, so you can leave it centered, or you can see it's got like a little track. It's electric. You just press a button over here on this little screen. It's gonna move left to right. As Renegade will call it, curbside to roadside. So roadside will always be the driver's side, curbside obviously the passenger side. Sofa there, again, that turns into a bed for two. It's a pull-out bed, very comfy. I like the cup holders and the armrest. You don't think about it going down the road. You either hold your drink the whole time or you have a cup holder, right? Dinette seats 4 people, sleeps 2 comfortably. All of the original manuals, TV remotes. It does have electric night shades. That's the remote. Spare touch-up paint for that fire Audi color. Daytona Gray Pearl, if you want to look it up. Lots of cabinets over here. Again, you got 2 big windows. I did the all wood valances on the windows too, so you can see those. And you can see this, more cabinets. Everything, like even these has like a little spring-loaded deal that holds it up, but also, you know, when you close it, just doesn't let it slam. And I mean, they put the little rubbers on the corners of all the doors. So kudos again, the folks at Renegade. They've done it a long time. I mean, Renegade was kind of one of the inventors of the Super C market. One of the pioneers, we'll call it. All right, double French door fridge on the top. So open that puppy up, lots of room, couple little pull-out trays. Again, Samsung, and then you got your freezer on the bottom with an ice maker. And just want to show you it does work. You can see the ice there. I wouldn't use ice in these unless you're keeping pretty fresh water in them. You know, I tell people, if you're at a campground and you're staying a while, use it. But I mean, you know, even fresh water, if it sits in a tank for a while, it'll kind of get like a little stench. So make sure to always clean the water out, put fresh water in, and you know, then you can use the ice, no problem. All right. So anyways, the cover for this, they come up with a cool idea to store it between the sofa and the dinette. So this wood cover, it's painted, stained to match the cabinets, is there, and it goes right over here. Heated floors throughout, so heated tile floor, dual zone. So you got a zone in the back, like for the bedroom, and a zone in the front. Has a black pleated shade over here for the coach. Entry door that is a screen door too, so you can open up the main door and leave the screen door closed. Up here is just some electronics, some of the Wi-Fi stuff. It does have Starlink. That's the 2 awning controllers there. We added this little coat hanger to hang keys or coats or whatever. Some storage here in the middle across from the half bath with adjustable shelving, or you can remove the shelving and hang clothing and stuff in there as well. Over here, you have the Splendid washer and dryer. So washing machine on the bottom, dryer on the top. Again, if you don't need them, makes great storage. You can pull them out, put a little clothing rod in there, and hang stuff. And here's the half bath. So a little small vanity, sink, medicine cabinet with a mirror on the front of it, and then you have the Sandy Marin toilet. I mentioned the tiled backsplash, nice upgrade there. Again, a window, day and night shades on all the windows. All right, in the master bedroom, oh, before that, we have a pocket door. This is the new style too. Again, these have been out, that style of door. I used to see it in like Integra Coach, Cornerstone, Integra Anthem. They use this same door for a long time, but great latch, works really well, and stays secure while you're traveling. So pocket door there as we enter the master, kind of zoom out a little more. You have a wardrobe, sliding wardrobe. So this is a slide out. It has 3 drawers on the bottom. The 3 doors across the top. The 2 on the left are storage. The one on the right is a place for like a DVD player. You can plug like a Roku or Apple, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV or whatever down there. So basically there's an HDMI cord that's ran from the TV down to that area. There's also a built-in safe in this one, something that I actually don't put in many of them for some reason, but I'm going to start to. So safe with all the instructions on how to open it is down there. And it has the cedar-lined closet back here. Okay, now let me show you one of the trick things they started doing. So you can access the closet from either side or these 2 on the bottom, but here's something pretty cool they just started doing. You press those 2, pull this out, and you have full access to the closet. Used to put clothing in, you'd have to reach in here and then, reach down that way. This actually gives you full access. So you literally just open this whole door. The TV's on it, on a hinge. I don't know who thought of it, but yes, very cool. Okay. King size bed back here in the master. 150 gallons of water under the bed. Your water pump is under the bed. Your central vac. I want to show you that. That is what the inner vac thing is there. So you can take the central vac accessory bag that I showed you earlier in one of the storage compartments out there. And you can also plug the central vac in out there. It's mounted in that, we'll call it the curb side, which is the passenger side, very rear compartment. Up kind of in there is where the central vac unit, like the actual vacuum's at. You can plug the hose in there, or you can take it and plug it in right down there. Okay, and it will reach the front. Has the King, it's an RV King bed too. So I don't want to, I don't ever want to misrepresent anything. This is a 66 by 80 bed. Now, if you were like, hey, I've got to have a 72 wide, well, we can take the nightstands out or cut them and put a bigger mattress in. This is an RV King, which is a 66 by 80, but it comes with the nightstands, little storage area, and an outlet on each side that has the USBs and everything built in. More cabinets up there. You got controls for your shades and stuff down there. Ceiling fan, nice add-on. Back here in the master bath, you have another pocket door, slides across, your own private toilet back here with the tiled backsplash. Okay, very nice. Day and night shade back here on this window. I always love a window in the bathroom. I think good natural lighting in anything is a good option. Nice size vanity and more cabinetry. Little toilet, or a little drawer that slides across the toilet is what I was meaning to say. So again, these manufacturers, whether it's Renegade, Show Hauler, NRC, these guys, if they can stick a cabinet there, trust me, there will be a cabinet there. Another big medicine cabinet over the vanity with a mirror. All right, so this is the first coach that maybe I've noticed, but this has the new style latch. Okay, so used to you had the little hook thing. I really like that. That is a nice upgrade. Huge shower back here in the master. 3-piece sliding glass door. Has the matching backsplash that matches like what's in the kitchen, and a skylight. Solid surface. Easy, very, very easy to clean. Has a little deal over there to put your soap. Teakwood folding seat. That's another option that we add. So all that is included. Again, heated floors, 4 slides, 605 horsepower. This is a brand new 2025 model, 45 CMR Classic, and all the photos are at chasecoach.com. So, and the price too will be on there. If you have any questions, please give me a call, and I can answer them for you. If you call me, I don't know how quick this one's going to sell, but if you call me and it's sold, I've got more on order. So we can put your name on one, or we can order one for you and pick out every option you want. I think that's most of it. I always click stop and I'm like, oh man, I forgot that. But 3 roof airs, 600 aqua hot, solar charging system, 12.5 own-in generator, and the Peterbilt 589. All right, that's it for the Iron Man. I don't know. I thought it sounded cool. Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales, chasecoach.com. Thank you for watching. If you're a subscriber, we love you. If you're not a subscriber, we still love you, and would love to have you as part of our channel. Please share it too. If you don't mind, give us a quick share on maybe social media or Instagram, or just text it to a buddy. It all helps, okay? If I can answer any questions, we buy, we sell, we do some consignments, but mainly the inventory we have is ours. So we do buy and sell, we trade, and would love to earn your business. All right, if you need anything, let me know. And until next time, take care.